This is New York. These are the streets, avenues, and diagonals that make this city possible. This is the Manhattan Grid. In the history of New York, the 1811 Commissioner's Plan carved a strict Manhattan grid across farms and rocks. In the history of New York, Broadway sliced diagonally through the grid to create iconic plazas. In the history of New York, numbered streets and avenues set the stage for rapid growth. In the history of New York, British rule added Georgian churches and markets around a busy Atlantic harbor. Before the grid, before there was even a New York, the Lenape people made their homes along the island's shoreline with trails running from village to village. The first Europeans to settle here in the 1620s created their own street patterns based on those trails. They called their settlement New Amsterdam, and it would be here for about 150 years. Then, in 1811, the commissioners were appointed to plan the whole of Manhattan. Their plan imposed the Manhattan Grid, a system of perfectly regular streets and avenues, but also the diagonal Broadway, which cuts across the grid to form small plazas at each intersection. In the mid-1800s, the city acquired land for Central Park, an incredibly ambitious project by Olmsted and Vaux that created a vast green room for the city and completely reshaped urban life in Manhattan. The park's design is so influential that we have parks like this all over the world. But it was the bridges, the tunnels, and the ferries that truly knit the city together. And in 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge opened, joining the granite towers of New York with the steel cables of Brooklyn. It was the first bridge to unite two separate cities. And then came the subway in 1904, which stitched the neighborhoods together underground and helped create the densest city in the world. Above ground, steel frames and elevators allowed architects to build skyscrapers like the Flatiron, the Chrysler, and the Empire State. The 1916 zoning law established the sun step setbacks that define the skyline today. And after World War II, international-style icons like the UN HQ and the Seagram building refined the use of glass and bronze in modern skyscrapers. But not every part of the story is a happy one. In 1963, Penn Station was lost to make way for a new Madison Square Garden. This disaster led to the 1965 Landmarks Law and the creation of the preservation movement in New York. In 1978, Grand Central Terminal was saved from demolition and was declared a landmark. Just 5 years later, the Twin Towers rose to become the tallest buildings in the world. And after 9/11s, the 9/11's Memorial opened in 2011 and One World Trade followed in 2014. In 2009, the High Line opened. It proved that adaptive reuse can turn an elevated rail viaduct into a sky park and one of the most popular tourist destinations in the city. Today, new supertalls are pushing the boundaries of what a skyscraper can be, and new developments are incorporating greener design, passive houses, green roofs, cleaner transit. All of these elements are part of the next chapter in the story of the greatest city in the world. This is New York. See you next time.